How there, howdy there. When you have in your brain, you're going to say hi or howdy or one or the other, and then your brain just meshes the two. That's what just happened. So, hi there. Nice to see you, everyone. Welcome to Gear Up. This is the show about digital tools and useful stuff. I am your host, Rachel Moore. As always, happy to be with you here on LinkedIn Live as well as YouTube Live. So, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. I can see them and I can respond to them live. That's the great part. If you're just watching this replay, you can still look at the comments and hopefully it's all useful and relevant. A little bit about this show. So Gear Up is basically a review show, if you will. I love useful stuff. I think tools and useful things are amazing. I mean, they make our lives easier. And who doesn't like that, right? I tend to gravitate more towards the digital stuff, though there are tangible tools as well. In fact, this just came to me. I think we're going to do a review of the DJI Mavic drone on a future one of these, but that's obviously a tangible, useful thing. Today, we're going to be talking about a digital tool. Lots of us are familiar with it, but you may not know all the things it can do. We're going to dive into it. But basically, in each one of these shows, I cover a specific tool, be it digital or tangible. And not only do I dive into kind of what it can do and what my experience has been with it, but I also give it a rating. And instead of stars, we go with gears. This should get familiar, and we're actually going to demonstrate this today, how pretty much on any tool, app, software, anything like that, whenever you want to dive into the settings, you go look for the little gear icon, and that usually gives you how this thing works. We're going to definitely do that. See, Dondi, not sure what it did, but now I get notifications for my lives. Dondi, that's awesome. I like the notifications. That's great. I don't know how you would have done that either. There might be a thing where they have you like set up the connection or something saying, hey, would you like to be notified? Facebook does that. But it's awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. I know it's a little early over there in the Philippines right now, so it's nice to see you on here. I appreciate you joining. So with that, what are we talking about today? Again, this is a very, very well-known tool. And today we're going to be talking about Gmail. So lots of us use Gmail. It's very popular. We can remember back in the day when Hotmail was the thing, and then yahoo.com, Yahoo email. Gmail seems to be kind of the default for just about everybody. And thank you, Dondi, for that too. The last show was fun. We had Mike Alton on to talk about Agora Pulse, which is a really cool tool. By the way, if you missed last week's episode, or if you haven't caught up on some of these episodes, all of them can be found on my really social YouTube channel. Easiest link there is down on the bottom, bit.ly/how-to-social-videos. That is what they are. Lots of social media videos, but also these Gear Up shows, and you can watch any of them and get a little insight into a specific tool you might be thinking of. So with that, let's do what I was saying we're going to do and dive into Gmail. Now, I am going to share my screen here briefly. Of course, did I do this when I first set this up? I did not, but we'll take care of that momentarily. So what you're seeing on the screen is Gmail. Now, I will say, there's obviously lots of email tools out there. Gmail's free, which is one advantage to it. You literally can set up a Gmail right now within a minute and do that. It's just a matter of having a username you want to use and you put with the Gmail. You actually can also set up Gmail accounts that are for a different domain account you have. For instance, I have rachel@really.social. I get to that through Gmail, through G Suite actually. Or if you just want to create a Google account, you can do that through a domain email you have, and then you just automatically have that. It's affiliated with your Gmail. I don't want to get too much into the weeds on that. Let's assume you might have a Gmail account or a gmail.com email, and you want to know how to use it. So as I dive into this, I want to show you a couple of features which you have to tap into. They're amazing. They will save your bacon and just make you feel like, oh, I didn't know that I could do that. Possibly you didn't. So the first thing is the undo send in Gmail. Now, how many times have you maybe hit send on an email and within a couple seconds realize, oh my gosh, I don't think I did this, right? And I forgot the attachment. That's a very obvious one. Or I don't think I've included the right person. Or maybe I sent it to the wrong person, or just whatever. Maybe you just have second thoughts about that. So you can set up your Gmail to undo a send within a certain amount of time. It's fabulous. So once again, I'm going to go up here into the gears and settings and click on see all settings. And so that's where you're going to get into this. So it's actually quite easy to hop into undo send. So you'll see in your settings, you have a bunch of different tabs for the kinds of settings you can do in Gmail. If you've not explored settings, there's a lot in here, a lot of ways to customize your Gmail experience. The one I'm going to focus on is on the general tab. And if you just scroll right here, look, undo send cancellation period. So you can actually set this to 4 different settings. You can say, give me 5 seconds after I send something. I think that's a little short. You can do 10, 20, or even 30 seconds. 30 is the max. That is what I have mine set to. So I just give myself that 30-second window where if I have second thoughts about that Gmail, I can take care of it. Now here's how it works. So let me, I'm just going to email to my Rachel@really.social. I'm going to say undo send test. Okay, so I'm going to hit send. All right. Now notice right here, I've got an undo option. It says message sent. I could view the message I just sent, but I can also undo it. I only have 30 seconds. So if I hit undo, sending undone. And I'm back where I've got opens my email. It's as if it didn't send it. It didn't actually go. And so now I can adjust it if I want to. Awesome. That is the best thing ever, right? It's really helpful to do that. So I highly recommend you check it out and go try it out. You can set this up easily, like I said, in your settings. Let's hop back into settings too, because the next thing I'd like to show you is really cool, is the vacation responder. Now, these don't have to be used when you're on vacation. And I thank you guys. I see Amy's watching too. Amy, you are a G Suite queen. So I really appreciate your watching today too. Because you may actually suggest things in the comments saying, you could also do this and this and this and this, right? I'm mostly trying to hit the really important stuff, but I'm so glad you're watching. And Sandy, I do my best spell checking after I hit send, right? All of us do. We're just like, oops, sorry, I should have done something there. And I used once in a very important email, glad it was there. See, Outlook, in my opinion, falls short here because you can recall messages. How many times have you guys been in Outlook and you see the recalled message and it got to you anyway? So I really do like Gmail's got this feature. It's nice. But let's hop into the next one, which is the vacation responder. All right. So this is just like, it's out of office. It's basically saying, look, I need anyone who sends me an email to get an automatic response for whatever reason. You could be on vacation. Maybe you're going to be out camping or, rafting or, you're climbing Mount Everest. You're not going to be anywhere near Wi-Fi. And therefore, you just want to let everybody politely know, hey, you know what? I'm not available. Here's what to do in the interim. Here's about the time I'll be back, blah, blah, blah. However, you can also use it for some other reasons. Maybe you always like to send some kind of automatic response, which says, hi, my emails typically take 24 hours for me to see and process and respond. If you don't get a response within 24 hours, blah. Or maybe you want to say, thank you for your email. You may also reach me at and don't forget to visit my website. So you actually can do a few different things. So here's how to get into that. So again, go to that gear, go to your settings. And it's in the same tab in general. So you're just going to scroll all the way down, all the way. I'm going to pass that signature. You do want to do that too. Always set yourself up a signature, and you can do multiple ones, but based on what your emails are set up. But right here, vacation responder off or on. So if you turn it on, you can say, here's the day I want it to start. If you want to do it for a limited time period, you can say, I also want it to go up until the last day. This, again, great for if you're on vacation, you're going to be back in the office, but maybe you don't. Maybe you want to be like, this is forever. And you could say, subject line, thank you for your message. And maybe you can say something like, thank you for your message. Response is typically 24 hours. I did something like this. If your message is urgent, please message me via Facebook, and that's going to link to my messenger. So you can do any of those. You also have the option of saying, I only want to send it to people who are already in my contacts. Maybe you don't want everybody and their brother to know how else to reach you or what that vacation response message is. But it's really handy. And so, and look, it says it's automated. We'll send it most once every 4 days. So it's not like if somebody, let's say that you're getting some kind of automated email, like a daily update or something, and it's going to email that whatever that entity is, might be a do not reply email. It's only going to send it once in 4 days. So please don't worry about spamming someone. That's a nice feature as well. So once you make those changes, you just hit save changes, and then it's going to be activated, and it's really cool. So love Vacation Responder. It's very awesome. And Amy is saying Gmail is the bomb. She's correct. It totally is. Hey, Sheila, nice to see you too. I love seeing all my people. I've got people from the Philippines. I've got people from Colorado. It's fabulous to see. And I know that you're here listening too, which is also fun. So thank you for that. And then let's hop into this last thing, which is themes. It's actually not my last thing. I lied. Okay, so now, this is for those of you who might be of a more creative turn of mind or just really hate white walls, okay? I am one of these people. I've actually been really lazy and not set up a theme in my Gmail. As you can see, it's all white walled, right? Just white, left to right. And there's just no color there. If you are of a creative turn of mind, or just know that if you see certain visuals, you feel calm, you feel productive, energized, whatever, or maybe you're looking forward to a cruise and want to be like, I just want to have that front of mind for the rest of my life until I go. So once again, you can hop into settings. Oh, I am in settings, haha, and then click on themes. Now in here, you can set the theme, and Google actually has, I think it does this too on some of its other properties as well, not just Gmail. It has some predetermined ones. So some stock images you're allowed to put up there. That's a very nice one. Some looks like Utah a little bit, forests and things like that, more images. If you want just some solid colors, you can use any of those. Maybe you want to look like the Google High Contrast. That's a cool tree, so you can kind of page yourself down. Now, you're not limited to these, though. Notice if you go down to My Photos, so if you have any photos in your Google Photos for that account, you can go find them here. Now, looks like I don't have many shared in here, or unless it's just like trying to load them. Here we go. It was taking a moment. I do have some in here. That's probably, it's like, oh my gosh, Rachel, you have like 10,000 images in here. All right. So I went to Lucille's the other day. It was great. So maybe I want to say, I want to remember going to Lucille's and sitting there. I want to feel like I'm sitting there with my daughter and my son. And so I want to go ahead and do that. So I can select that. Let's go ahead and select this Lucille's theme. Now, check that out. Okay. So you can see that now the backdrop of my email is as if I'm sitting at the table in Lucille's, which is really nice. You can also do a text background. You can do a vignette. That actually let's test that out a little bit. That might make that look a little easier, because as you might notice, it might be kind of tough to see some things with that white text. Think about that too. If you have a complex picture you're putting behind your Gmail stuff, you still need to be able to read everything. So that will affect that too. Plus you can do a blur if you wanted to. So maybe I want to blur the image and just make it so I have a sense what it is, but there's not as much defined lines. Look at that. That's actually making that easier for me to read everything too. So I'm gonna hit save, and let's just see what that looks like. See, pretty cool. I have a sense that I'm in Lucille's, but it's not dominating my messages. You can do that with anything. So I really like that aspect of Gmail, because I think my only options in Outlook, I can see light background or dark background, and that's kind of it. And maybe even like 3, like they have a chromatic, a gray, and a blue theme. I like that Gmail gives you some options in here to really just kind of let you have your own experience. So if any of you do have themes that you're using in Gmail, pop them in the comments. Maybe you can give someone an idea. I've seen people do Star Trek, Star Wars, anything geek like that, video game backgrounds, family photos. Maybe you went on a trip or something like that. Particularly right now when we're all kind of stuck, it might be kind of cool. Amy's giving me some hearts. Thank you, darling. So it's pretty cool. And then the last thing I want to show you, and this again, I think is just a genius of being able to do add-ons and things like that, is the pause and boomerang. So having some more control over your Gmail. So remember we talked about Vacation Responder. Maybe there will be times when you're out and about. But let's think about this. Perhaps you're going to be sharing your screen during a presentation. And we all get annoyed where maybe you're sharing your whole screen and not just an app, and you can actually see new notifications of emails or things like that. Or you just tend to get distracted by saying, "Ugh, crud, I can just see another email popping up. I'm getting scatterbrained." You can turn that off for a little bit. It's very easy to do. So if you hop into here, you can actually just click pause inbox. Now, pause inbox is powered by Boomerang. Now, to do Boomerang, let's actually hop over here because I'm in Google Chrome. Again, you're going to be using this in Google Chrome because it is Gmail. Let me open a new tab really quick and deviate from this. So if I'm going to click on apps, I'm going to go to the web store. All right. And so if I go in here and I'm going to type in Boomerang. Boomerang is an extension, and notice it's a Boomerang for Gmail, highly rated. It looks like it's 4 out of 5 stars out of about 1,700 reviews. That's pretty good. Notice I've already got it added. It's really easy to add it. You would just click add to Chrome. It'll load it. Notice I've got it up here now. It'll be my extensions on the top bar, but now it sits here within my Gmail. Whenever I log in, it's there. It's not only this pause inbox button, but also I've got a little Boomerang over here, and we'll talk on that in a moment. So I can turn on autoresponder. So that one, and again, it's different than your vacation responder. It might say, hey, my inbox is paused. Thanks for emailing. I paused it. I'm not going to see your message for a while. Here's what else to do. You can also, if you upgrade your Boomerang, you can do delivery exceptions. You can bring messages into the inbox on a schedule. That might be kind of worth it, right? Maybe for a fact you only want to check email twice a day. That is hard to restrain yourself from doing. But if you have the premium or pro version of Boomerang, you can set it, say, I only want to see my emails at 8 a.m. and at 2 p.m. Okay, so you can do that. But you can also, without paying for upgrade, you can unpause automatically. So let's say you're presenting for, you're going to be in a meeting for an hour, set it for an hour. So you're not going to see your email notifications come up. And then after that, it's automatically going to unpause your inbox. So the last thing I want to show you again is Boomerang over here. So you can manage scheduled messages. Boomerang's awesome is because you can actually say, I want a message to go out at a certain time, or you can say, hey, Boomerang, I would like this message I saw. I need it to hit my inbox at the top again in 4 days. And so you can set that to happen with any of your messages so that they come to you at a certain time. Messages to send later. You can do recurring messages. Love those, because if you recur a message, you can set it and forget it. Maybe it's a team email you want to send out every week, every Monday. That's like a motivational something. Or maybe it's a reminder. Hey, remember your report is due and I need it by end of day every Monday. Something like that. Or do it monthly, or birthdays. How about that? If you want to make sure you're sending an email message to someone for their birthday, you can do all of those things. And it gives you insights. You can track your messages and everything like that. Awesome extension to have. Lots you can do with the free version of it as well. All right, that's really all I had time to go over today. It's 4 features there in Gmail that I wanted you to just know about because they're so handy. And I think a lot of people don't realize they're in there. Gmail's great. I wouldn't say it's the best email platform ever. It's very powerful. I use it a lot. It is my personal email handler, mostly just because it comes along with all of the Google stuff. I mean, it's easy to tie stuff into your Google Drive, Google Photos, Google Calendar, Keep, which is Google Tasks, anything like that. So it does all tie together really well. I think Google does a really good job of tying those things together and making them cohesive. So let us rate Gmail. Again, not the most perfect platform ever for email. I think they probably could do a little more, and they've gotten better as they've gone. But again, you do have all these add-ons. If you ever do dive into add-ons, that's got people, developers. There are thousands of them out there, people who've developed add-ons and extensions to Gmail specifically that are free for you to use. Some of them are premium as well. So with that, I have thought about it, and I really think that Gmail deserves 4 gears out of 5. Mostly, and really that 5th gear it's not getting is just because they need to keep improving it. They can keep working with it and making it even more awesome. But it is pretty darn good already. 4 out of 5 is not shabby by any means. So definitely giving Gmail 4 out of 5 gears. And Amy is saying email templates are also amazing. Yes, like I said, there's a bunch of different things you can use in there. A huge one I use is handling other emails. So I can get in one inbox, Gmail emails from any other account I might have, and I can reply as that account. Really nice to be able to do that too. So it's quite powerful. It's quite good. 4 out of 5 gears. Pretty awesome, I would say. And I did reach out to Gmail to see if they had anyone they'd like to be on the show. I think they're busy answering emails. So with that, 4 out of 5 gears for Gmail. Join me for next week's Gear Up. We're going to talk about a very popular program called Canva.com, cloud-based. It is pretty much the graphic design tool for people who are not graphic designers. And actually, you'll learn a lot about graphic design just by using it. It's really nice and so much you can do from the free version. Oh my goodness. If any of you are freelancers or, people who maybe are not given any budget for any kind of photo editing or graphic design of any kind, Canva.com is your answer. It's really good. And Amy's saying yes, because I know she uses it. I know actually one of my team members, Rojan, uses it prolifically instead of Adobe Photoshop. It's great. My daughter uses it actually too. Dondi, I thank you for agreeing with my rating. I appreciate it. You don't have to agree with my ratings on here. Some of you may be like, what you talking about? Gmail is the best. So join me next week when we'll talk. We'll be here every Thursday, roughly 7 p.m. Eastern. It just kind of depends on when I can get over here and get motivated and things like that. But it's loosey goosey. We do this. It's pretty fun. If you have a suggestion for a tool you'd like me to rate, I do make a rule that I have to be able to use it. I don't rate tools that I haven't used because that's not honest. That'd be like reviewing a car I haven't driven. Well, who wants to do that? I will rate cars if you want to send them my way too. But no, I know tools are a little better. So any tool, we're gonna be rating things like camera mounts and drones and software and things like that. There's even softwares I think I'm going to be working on to rate that are about applicant tracking and things like that. So please send them in the comments. You can also visit my website, really.social/gearup. That's where you can see every episode of this show. You can also submit your ideas there for what you'd like me to review. With that, everyone, I'm going to bid you farewell. I actually need to go make dinner for 2 very hungry teenager and a tween. So I don't want them to be barreling through the door and going crazy with that. So I'll be going to do that. Feel free to comment on anything you'd like about today's show and give me suggestions or differing opinions. I can take those too. But until I see you next week, have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous time. Stay safe. Stay confident, stay sane, and I cannot wait to see you again. Thank you, everyone. Bye.